Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft. Welcome back to Currently Throne, but that is not what we're doing today. Oh no, it is not. We have a plan for sir and sirettes, a devious master plan of epic proportion. In other words, I've looked at what tiers I have and what I don't have, and I've decided that I need to upgrade some robots, change some robots around. So essentially, sir and sirettes, as I've mentioned a few times on this series, the idea of this series is to have a robot I like in every tier. It doesn't have to be a good robot, it just has to be a robot that's either unique or interesting or that I like. Currently, tier 10 we have the Ambassador, wherever you are. In tier 9 we have Throne and Heirloom. In tier 8 we have the wonderful Corn's Little Plate, which has had a bit of a renovation recently but can easily change back to as it was. In tier 7 we have various robots like Urg and Testocopter. We did have Throne, of course, changed. In tier 6 we have the AA Cat, amongst others, and etc, etc. However, there are two tiers we don't have robots currently. Tier 5 and tier 4, both of which are completely derelict. So today we are going to be removing RAM. Yes, RAM. Oh, I've played in a few games before, but I didn't even build it on camera, so the sentimental value is probably quite low here. Let's just put him in the middle so I can actually do the mirror tool to delete him, which is rather mean, honestly, but it does speed up everything by a lot of time. So we're going to be deleting RAM here and making a new tier 4 today. At least that's the goal. That's the goal, to make a tier 4. And I'm thinking, and I know it's a rare thing for me to do, we should go back to basics, sir and sirettes, back to the basics of the world when everything was simpler and is a better time indeed. And we should go back to SMGs, because that's something I haven't done recently. SMGs is indeed, wow, tier 4, tier 3 I suck. Oh well, yeah, in tier 4, SMGs is something I've never really done too much. In tier 4 I generally go straight for rails or even plasma. So that's going to be a bit of a difference today. I actually quite like the shapes. I think I'm going to leave the general core here. Actually, no, probably not. So, what do I want to do exactly? I think what I really want is to try and make a very sturdy, very mean-looking little tier 4 SMG tank. Most likely not particularly the fastest of creatures, but very, very mean, very brutal, etc., etc. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, honestly. Something with that kind of style. Probably is how I'm going to do it, though I'm not 100% certain right now. So just going to make up the core and then carry on as we always do and make everything happy inside. That's the important thing, sir and sirettes, to make ourselves happy, to make a robot that we enjoy playing, etc, etc, etc. Isn't this pretty? So, essentially, let's move this forward a bit. Whee! It's already self-propelled. We're already finished. So essentially, I want to go with as much tier 5 armor as possible. However, I don't really want to skimp too much on size. I don't want it to be a particularly small robot, but at the same time I don't mind it being a bit smaller than some of our previous builds. I don't mind it being a little bit smaller in that kind of respect, honestly. So that's probably how we're going to do all this. So where's my tier 4 blocks? We do have a lot of tier 4 blocks to play with and only few tier 5, so tier 5 is going to have to be used a bit sparingly, despite the fact of what I just said. But even then, I do want it to be a bit more on the largish side. I say it's a bit of a balancing act. I want to use higher tier armor, but at the same time, I would love, just love, if I could possibly use the, what's what I'm over here? Use the higher, just everything. Everything's confusing right now. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I know what I want in my head, but it's a bit of a weird one. I want a very well-functioning robot, if nothing else, and that's exactly what we're going to go for. So let's start off by making the tracks. We could use tier 5, but once again that's going to really, really hurt our ranking. We're already using higher tier armor, so that's already a bit of a grey area in terms of everything. So I think tracks are going to have to stay as they are, and possibly going for quite a linear fashion, going for quite a regular, there we go, because that will turn well, it's armoured up well, and it makes us quite sturdy looking. We could always go for more tracks, we'll see how it goes, though I do think the base here is going to remain, as you can see, just as high tier as it can, really. And then we're going to go ahead and go on to the tracks. Still in tier 5 armor, which is starting to really weather our ranking, so I think we're going to go back to tier 4 now the centre's kind of made the skeleton, and then continue in that kind of fashion, honestly. Let's just do this. Then where are they? There they are. Prisms, beautiful prisms. We have a lot of prisms to use, so why not use them? That's what I'm thinking. There we go. So, back in a second, Certain Threats. Just need to answer the door. And we are back. Very sorry about that, Certain Threats. As the law dictates, whenever the Laughrix is meant to be recording, the doorbell will go. If it doesn't go, then honestly something is horribly, horribly wrong. So, we need to figure out where the gun's are actually going to go. We've got a very sturdy front here. That will, for the most part, take a huge amount of damage before actually breaking apart. So I'm thinking a second layer. We could do it in the same fashion as the first, and then the first gun can go on top of here. Now, I'm already noticing that my ranking is very, very high currently. So I'm thinking that a lot of these pink blocks will most likely have to return to their previous orangey goodness self, sadly. But that's just the way of things, it seems, and so that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. Just put these here as a bit of added protection to the area I'm currently on. There we go. That's not how it works, is it? No. Not good enough. Okay, so where do I want the gun? So we probably want tier 5 guns, as that's what you can get in tier 4, and that's probably the best for us. So we're going to shove it here. Okay, first gun done. Actually, probably want to be on the second layer. Okay. So the next ones will probably wish to be on the corners here and here. So I'm going to actually change that. Actually, no, I'm not. Or will I? Yeah, I'm not sure. Leave it as that for now. Put these here. Wonderful. And if we over tier, we'll simply downgrade the tracks and downgrade the armor in a second, so there's no real worry about that. Just pretend it's not happening and everything is absolutely fine. Okay, we don't want that to do that. Actually, that's terrible. Actually, no, it's not. So we want the armor just so it can stick out and make sure that this doesn't go to here. So probably want it like that. That looks like a really odd star, but should help protect that without actually transferring damage overly much to it, which is never a nice thing. Never a nice thing indeed. So that's just to add a little bit of extra protection to there without actually attaching it directly. So that damage shouldn't go to there. Excellent. That's attached in there. Okay. Okay, that all looks somewhat decent. Probably going to have to go out to orange blocks in a lot of places actually, so I'm going to start doing that right now. Let's put that there, like so. What I could do is this. Follow this along. Because why not? Although I will have to attach it somewhere else if I do this, which is an issue. So, probably not how I'm going to end up doing it. We could do this though. Yeah, I kind of want like a jagged pattern as well, so this is actually kind of playing into my hand there. Yeah, okay, we'll damage the tracks, but tracks can take a beating of damage, so that's actually okay for now. We want so we're going to need a second layer, because otherwise, well, quite frankly, we're not going to have the guns anywhere. So that's really kind of needed. Attach these like so. Once again, after this, I'll quickly go and change the tier of most of the armor blocks, just so it fits back in, and that's the way of things there. Also want a bit of protection on the back, so let's do this. And continuing onwards as we were. A bit quiet today, sorry Sunrise, I'm suffering from a bit of bad throat at the moment, it keeps on making me quite quiet. But ignoring that, pretending I'm speaking like a true boss, let's just carry on, shall we? Okay, so the second weapons, I want to go here and here. We want at least 5, but honestly 6 would be better. So let's see if we can't do something about that. Now that's annoying, but it's just how it's going to have to go. There we go. We could always downgrade our weapons, that's always something we could do, but honestly I think just downgrading all this tier 5 armor should do the trick, hopefully. Or we could always go into tier 5. We could do tier 5, honestly, and upgrade the armor that way and upgrade our weapons a lot. But that's, well, that's to be seen later on, honestly. How many blocks are we currently 370, that's not much. I mean, Hog was in tier 4, I think Hog ended up with nearly 800 blocks before I actually did the video, in which he upgraded to over 1,000 by the end. 1, 2, 3, okay, there you go, 6 guns. The firepower of that is going to be very, very nasty, which is very welcomed by me indeed. Put these like this, same if we can put that there. bit of protection from the front, so we can survive a bit better from front damage. Is always a good thing, in my opinion. Around the side, we can do the same. Like so. And then what I could do is... well, it's actually attached to it. Okay, that's attached by the side. Okay. That should be fairly sturdy. It shouldn't be... certainly not the best design in the world, but I'm just doing this off the fly. I don't normally try things like this, so it's certainly not something I'm particularly used to. But that should survive very nicely in a fight. Let's say we did downgrade to tier 4 weaponry. Would that... no, it'd still be in tier 5. Okay, perhaps we should stay in tier 5. And like I was saying, I do have a tier 5 space open, so that is certainly an idea. Let's just test it, make sure the guns actually function as intended. They don't clip into each other, anything silly like that. Oh, there we go. Ooh, thought it was broken there. Not that Robocraft servers ever break, of course, so and so. That would be ridiculous. How dare you even think that? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay. We are one ugly chunky bugger. And we provide a nice bit of damage. Okay. We should be remarkably hard to kill. Lovely, lovely. And plop these here, some more prisms, because prisms are happiness, so they are happiness indeed. Oh, what did I say about happiness? Okay, so what do I do then? Do I stay in tier 5? Do I go down to tier 4? What do I do? I'm going to say, one thing I could consider is downgrading the tracks to tier 3. That does, of course, provide us a huge negative in the fact that now suddenly our arguably hardest point, our most armoured point, is now our least. And that does connect to several pieces, we can see. That whole section is dependent on this actually existing, which is terrible. I didn't realise that. That is actually really bad. Okay, we need to attach it somewhere to the main section. We could just do this. Yeah, that's attached to the main section, okay. If I have tier 6 guns for tier 5, how much would I have to work with then? Quite a bit, so we could at least fully change our armour over to tier 5 armour. I really wish there was a like replace tool, so we could just simply replace all armour of X type with X type. That would be so useful right now. Particularly since it's not exactly an easy vehicle to get inside of, which is a huge error there, a huge issue there. So back in a second, I'm simply going to change the armour over to tier 5. And we are back for, well, Ram is still called Ram, and honestly, it wouldn't exactly be a bad name for this particular robot. I'm hoping this does well. It's my first attempt at anything as silly as this, and it certainly looks ridiculous, but we'll see how well it actually does. I'm hoping it survives ridiculously well and can simply just weather a storm of hail and bullets before it actually loses its functionality. So we're going to go straight into a game. Hopefully, as I say, it'll actually do well and we can simply keep it as it is. But aesthetically, it's not the best thing in the world, but hopefully, just hopefully it makes up for it in use. So back in a second, for the first match of the day. Well, what better place to test it, I suppose, than a boss battle. Let's see how well this thing actually does. I'm hoping it falls apart beautifully, but I think it may fall apart like a brick being hit with a very, very strong sledgehammer. I guess we are going to be in the main group, honestly. We are chunky, we are big, and our whole purpose is to take damage, so we really should be out there in the front, even if it does mean sacrificing our lives. Of course, it could be a bit more cowardly. We could do that. We could be extraordinarily cowardly. We could hide behind everyone and simply shoot at long range. That's not the purpose today, so today is a test for if Lathrics could actually make a sturdy robot. Ooh. They wheel? Wow. That's a really heavily armoured cruiser. Well done. Where are they? Two of them are rails. There's a good chance at least one's a walker, just because that is very common. There's one of the SMGs. He's getting shot, so there's one on the rails. As long as that guy keeps spotting them, we should be okay to make sure we're out of sight of the rails. So we know where one is. Currently it's reloading and hiding up behind the corner. The second rail is completely unknown to me. Both SMGs are here, so I'm literally going into my death by doing this, but still. Let's see if we can pick off a little bit of his health. Try and go for the guns if possible, of course, at the top of his robot. I don't know why I'm getting so close. That robot there is being very mean. Let's see if we can at least help out. Try and go for the guns at the top. Yes, 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 that's what I wanted to see. Taking damage extremely well, and only our front got destroyed. And nothing of use. Oh yes, it actually worked. And yes, sir and sirettes, what I've been doing today is nothing less than triforcing. And it's something I very rarely do, but as we can see, there's a huge benefit to it by being able to choose what falls off first. And yes, I do also realise, aha, you failed. I see you. I don't think that SMG can actually move. Sorry, sir. You go first, go ahead. I did see the rail there, and like I say, I'd never do this, so it's a first time really thing for me to actually build a robot with it. Oh wow, it's a tiny little rail. Perhaps it only has one gun, which would be great for us, because that probably won't kill us in one shot. If we get the jump on him, which probably won't because he's moving into the corner there. Could perhaps... Oh, he missed and utterly destroyed by the robot we're currently using, which I think I'll call TryHard. Excellent. Excellent indeed. We weathered a hail of SMG fire very, very nobly there. Oh, 26k for a tier 5 match, not bad at all. I do think this section needs a bit more work on it, but honestly, that really pleased me. Let's get into another match and hopefully do just as well, if not better. And we are back for a regular match with a very odd-looking scout ahead of us, and several medics, despite the fact it's tier 5, which is to be expected, honestly, but still, let's see if we do well. I'm really hoping so, and as you can probably see in the top left-hand corner, I have changed the name of the robot. It is no longer whatever it was before. It is now TryHard. And I think that's exactly what this represents, my first attempt actually being a TryHard. Let's see. Let's just see, sir and sirettes, let's just see. I'm hoping what will happen is we actually take some damage, we get into a decent fight where it's one-on-one versus a similar sized robot, and I just want to see how this robot falls apart. Today is more of a science experiment than anything else. There's an SMG there, however there's a good chance there's more than just him. So I'm not sure where I'm going right now, honestly. There's a medic coming this way, so that's always good to have a medic with us, of course, but still. There's a rail there, and there's at least 2 SMGs. Okay, yeah, they're all there. I saw a flyer at the back as well. An SMG there, let's try and picket him a little bit. We are, but there's also a medic there, so it's a worthless endeavour. Absolutely worthless. Also something in my throat right now, which really isn't healthy. Ooh, plasma. Where'd that come from? No idea where that just came from. I'm thinking it's a flyer because I just saw plasma explode there as well. There's a rail over there, we can see him. There we go, spotted. Let's see if we can picket him a little bit, just a bit of surprise shooting. We can a little bit, but one hit. Shields might have been a good idea, honestly. Wow, he's lagging out quite badly. His shots like going in like sprays. They don't shoot, and they shoot in huge quantities. Yeah, he's definitely lagging out. Don't really know what the rail's firing at. Clearly not me. There's a medic behind him, so we're going to do the same to him, if possible. Just staying here, picking at him, getting him back. Did a lot of damage to him, actually, a lot more than I thought I was going to. Now we can move forward, because the SMG's over there damaged, the medic can't get to him, the rail will be hopefully quite vulnerable in a second. Oop, he's dead. Ooh, there's a laggy person. I can't even spot him as that laggy, that's something. Okay, the rail's over there, so we're going to go up here. Hopefully sneakily, even if we don't have a radar jammer, and say hello to him. We've sacrificed all of our functionality for pure defense, honestly. Defense and a high offense, but no functionality at all. We even have under-tiered tracks at the front. With regular tiers at the back. Okay, there's the rail. Shoot me, come on, shoot me. I want to be hit. I actually want to be hit. No, that's the floor. Damn. He's freaking out trying to get away. And in so doing, is completely oblivious to us. Darn it. Give me some pain. I want to see how this robot deals with it. That's all I want. Is someone to hurt me. Is that so wrong? Well, I did get hit by a plasma earlier, but it's kind of a scathing blow. I don't think I've actually lost anything. I've just lost a bit of health of a few things. I hear a medic. very close by. Starting to really wish we had a radar. Can we climb this? We can? Okay, there he is. Oh, it's 2 medic tanks. Well, hello! I have decent tiered SMGs. Oh, how did that not cripple him to stop? Really? Is he running to base? Let me get the kill, I deserve it more. There we go. Well, we did extremely well. But we didn't test out what I wanted to test out. So one more game, sir and sirs. I actually don't mind if I die. I just want to see what happens when I get shot at by hopefully an SMG or rail. So back in a second yet again. Okay, we are back for the last match. Hopefully this will go well and hopefully actually attract some attention to see how we do indeed fall apart. And hopefully that will go well. Never know, it might go terribly and this whole episode may have been a complete failure. But you know what, sir and sirs? You're watching me learn. You're watching the experiences of a fool. And that's the important thing, really, don't you think? So I'm hoping, like I say, we'll attract some attention this time. If we don't, then I'll be rather upset. I'm hoping, really, of all the things I want to see is a rail and an SMG. And I want them to fight me. And honestly, I want the rail to hit me. Because the whole point of this robot is to see if we can protect the more important areas, aka the weapons what do you want to call them there? Tracks, and of course the seat. But particularly the guns, honestly. I want to see if the guns can be a bit more protected with the front term falling apart quite nicely. Let's see then, where are the enemies? That's the question. I'm hoping they all haven't gone down the cave. That is a very unstable looking copter. It does seem to like to flip quite a lot. One of our guys is firing at something, I'm not sure what though. Keeping an eye out to the right. So rail tank, and it's already under pressure, so that's not going to be much use to us. Going to hit a few times and go down here. Oh, it's almost graceful. Until the very end, it was actually sliding down quite well. Ooh, that SMG's being butchered. Okay, we can go help. There's definitely an SMG behind there, like I was saying earlier. One of our rails is helpfully keeping it pinned in, so hopefully we can go there and say hello. Oh, it's firing back. Come on, bot. You can do it, I believe in you. That's it, shoot me. Come on, hit me, I'll stay still for you. There we are. And all the guns but one did remain, which is what we was looking for. Unlike him. Oh, there's a flyer after us as well now, which is going to be a huge concern, but first I wanted to kill him. I keep forgetting that Tier 4 has aerofiles again now. There we go. 4 guns remain. Yeah, okay, the core is very well protected still. And his SMG is going to easily take out our guns, which is a nuisance, but there we go. Oh! Or will it? You know, I think this was a success, honestly. Because they were some good. That first SMG was a beast, and we survived pretty well. Considering that is, of course. I'm not saying we survived well, full stop. We certainly survived well, considering the situation. Now I can't turn myself. I'm not going to get out of this. I want to shoot. I want to fight, but I can't turn my robot around so all my guns are actually facing the enemy. Aha! No, it's the end. Yeah, I think this robot's going to do very well. The plasma hardly scathed me. I think the only thing I really need to improve on, I definitely do, is protecting the bottom. The what do you call them? These things, the tracks. But again, this is something new to me. It's a new concept, and I'm learning it day by day, and hopefully one day I'll actually be decent at it. So, of course, thank you for watching, sir and sirs. Tips are very, very welcome. Of course, comments, favourite, shares, likes, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and puts a smile on my face. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm sorry for being so quiet at the start. I was concentrating. That's sometimes a very difficult thing to do. So, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Do take care, and goodbye.